permission of Hashem, Bishut Morai Verabotai, I would like to talk today about Avraham Avinu. The parasha of this week is the parasha of the sacrifice. There is two things in this parasha. The first thing, that Avraham Avinu, he went to live in Pelishtim. And then there, the king of Pelishtim, he saw the wife of Abraham, and he took it for himself. That night, Hashem punished the king of Pelishtim. He punished him. And then he had a dream with Hashem. Hashem told him, why you took the wife of Abraham? Give it back. And the king of Pelishtim, he said to Hashem, I did not know that she was his wife. So I took it. So Hashem told him, okay, now give it back. There is a rabbi who asked me a question. He said, I do not understand. Avraham Avinu, he was a strong warrior. He was a big man. He fighted 4 kings and he beat them. Why he was afraid of the king of Pelishtim? I mean, why he let the king of Pelishtim taking his wife? Why he didn't fight to have his wife back? So the same question about Paro. Last week parasha, when Avraham Avinu he went, there was no food in the land of Canaan. He went to Egypt, and there, again, Avraham Avinu he had to hide his wife in a box. And when he got to the border, the customs people asked him to open the box. He opened the box, and there was a lady, a beautiful lady, Sarah. They took it to Paro. Why Abraham he didn't fight to save Sarah? Avraham Avinu, he was a big fighter. He fought 4 kings, and he beat them. So why didn't fight Abimelech, the king of Pelishtim? Why didn't fight Paro, the king of Egypt? Avraham Avinu, he had a big emunah on Hashem. He had the protection of Hashem. Why didn't fight? And this parasha, there is something else. When Hashem told Abraham, I'm going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, Abraham started to pray to Hashem. When Hashem told Avraham Avinu that your descendants, they will be slaves, Abraham did not pray. So why for others Abraham he pray, and for himself Abraham he don't pray? It's incredible. And we did not see that Abraham he prayed that he will have children. That was the accusation that Sarah, his wife, she told him. She told Abraham, you pray for everybody and you don't pray for me to have a baby. So we see Avraham Avinu, on one hand, he will fight many thousands of soldiers without fear. On the other hand, he was afraid to defend Sarah from Paro and from Abimelech. I don't understand. Why didn't he fight them? On one hand, Avraham Avinu, he will pray for Sodom, that they were Rishaim. On the other hand, he did not pray for his descendants, not to be slaves in Egypt. On the other hand as well, he did not pray to have children. How you understand this? My friend, this is Avraham Avinu. That way Avraham Avinu, he was very, very, very big tzaddik. And the eyes of Hashem, the Rambam said that Hashem, all his concern was Abraham. All his concern, that means Hashem, he loved Abraham. He loved so much Abraham. Why all the mind of Hashem was only thinking about Abraham. Think about only Abraham. That was his concern. Why? Because Avraham Avinu, all his concern was Hashem. Avraham Avinu, all his life was Hashem. He would not care about anything that can happen to him, but he will care about other people. He will care about Hashem. That was Avraham Avinu. Avraham Avinu did not pray to have children, because Avraham Avinu said, this is in the hand of Hashem. But Avraham Avinu, he will pray for others. That was the tzidkut of Abraham. That way Hashem, he loved Abraham. Because never Abraham, he thought about himself. Always thought about others, other people. He never thought about himself. For Avraham Avinu, well, it's Hashem who wants me to go to Egypt. It's Hashem who wants that Paro will take my wife. It's Hashem. Hashem told me to go to Egypt, so I went to Egypt. So it's Hashem who should protect my wife, not me. So he didn't fight Paro to have back his. And then Hashem fighted for him. It's the same with Abimelech. Avraham Avinu, he did not fight Abimelech why he took his wife. Avraham Avinu said, if that Hashem's will, what can I do? It's from Hashem. So let's Hashem. It's Hashem who told me to come here. So it's Hashem to protect. But when it comes to other people, Avraham Avinu, he will pray for them. When Hashem told Abraham, your descendants will be in Egypt, Hashem did not pray for his descendants, but he will pray for other people, for Sodom, not to be destroyed. And that way Hashem, he loved Avraham Avinu. All his concern of Hashem was Abraham. Why Abraham? Because Abraham as well, all his concern was Hashem. All his concern was Hashem. It's incredible. He didn't think about himself. He think only about Hashem. We see, and I would like to tell you something, Joseph, something incredible. There is a limit how much you can love somebody. I mean, if you love somebody, you want something in return. Avraham Avinu, he loved so much Hashem, but it's like he had no return from Hashem. How many times Hashem, he promised Abraham, you will have children. You will have children. For years, he will promise him. And he did not have children. After 20 years, of promises that he will have children. No children. Then one day, Sarah, she told Abraham, Abraham, take my servant, Hagar, and have a child with her. And that child, I will adopt him. He will be like my son. And Abraham at the beginning, he didn't want. And Hashem told Abraham, yes, listen to your wife. Marry Hagar. And then he married Hagar, and he had a baby boy, Ishmael. And then Hashem told Abraham, Abraham, don't worry, you will have children. I mean, look, just imagine, if I promise to somebody to win in the lotto, every time I promise him, every time for 30 years, I promise him, one day he will not trust me anymore. One day he will not believe me anymore. I mean, how much you can promise to somebody? Promises. And those promises, they don't come through. I mean, one day you give up. And one day, if you promise, he will tell you, let me alone. That was not the case of Avraham Avinu. He loved so much Hashem. With all the promises that Hashem promised to Abraham, and even that all the promises that he promised Abraham, nothing came through. Abraham, he believed in Hashem. For Abraham Avinu, Hashem is the boss. I have no question. This is, my friend, what happened to us. On Simchat Torah this year, we were dancing and singing. And then in the morning, Shabbat morning, we started to hear what happened. There was no Simchat Torah anymore. I mean, what happened exactly? The day of the joy of the Torah, a disaster happened in Israel. Nearly 1,500 people, they were killed, cutting heads, fingers, burning them alive. You cannot imagine a Shoah. God forbid, if those terrorists had the opportunity, they could do that to the 9 million Jews in Israel. That was a sample. A sample. What they could have done. I mean, there is a question. Why Hashem did that? But you know what happened? No one said why Hashem did that. We are the son, the grandson of Avraham Avinu. Avraham Avinu, he never asked questions. And that's why Hashem, he loved him. Hashem will promise him promises. And Abraham, he will not ask question why you did not respect your promises. Or what if we did that day? Just stay home and pray to Hashem, thinking, well, Hashem, he knows what he's doing. But anyway, from bad things come out something good. What? The Jewish people in Israel are united, thanks God. Baruch Hashem. It was a disaster a month and a half ago. 6 weeks ago, it was a disaster in Israel. No union. Left, right, religious, not religious. Really, we thought maybe it's going to be a civil war between us. And that made the whole Jewish people to be united. Sometimes from something bad happens something good. All the promises, all the tests that Hashem, He tested Avraham Avinu, it was for us to learn. It's a teaching. Look, children of Israel, look how much Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, they resisted all the tested that I tested them, and they never ask why. So there is no why. And at the end, there is emunah on Hashem. That is our heritage from Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov. The granddaughter of my sister, she was in Nahal Oz. She was in that kibbutz that they killed a lot of people there. And my sister told me, when her granddaughter heard, she's a married woman with a baby, when she heard shooting, she woke up to see what's going on. And she saw her neighbor, they are from America, how the terrorists, they take them out, kidnap them, hit them, killing one of the husband. The rest took it to Gaza. She was shocked with her husband. They knew that they're going to come to their house. They are the ground floor. And then they just hide in a box. There was a box in the house. There was a big miracle that the terrorists, when they came to the house, they were shooting. But Baruch Hashem, they did not shoot the box, and they did not open the box. They will open all the wardrobes to take what there is, but not the box. And for 4 hours, they've been there, 4 or 5 hours. And they were praying. And the big miracle was that the baby, he did not cry. You see, my friend, there is a lot of stories like that. Today, we hear a lot of stories like that. On one hand, those people, they were shooting, killing. On the other hand, there were people that they were in front of them and they couldn't see them. It's Hashem. Can you imagine Israel? It's a state of big technology. You know, the borders were so well protected. But Hashem wanted to show, the one who protects, it's me. Without my protection, all the protections that you can do are rubbish, are nothing. You have to believe on me. I am your protector. There was a woman that she saw what's going on. She said, Hashem, I'm not religious, but I know today is Simchat Torah. I know that they're going to kill me. Maybe they will rape me. Maybe I don't know what's going to happen. I promise you, I will start to do Shabbat. They came to the house. They looked at her. They looked at the baby. And they left. But they killed all the neighbors. Why not her? The next Shabbat, she was thinking about respecting Shabbat. You know what happened? At that moment, a missile came on her house. in the garden and exploded just before Shabbat. It's like to remind her, hey, you promised to respect Shabbat. I watch you. That was like a message from Hashem. Avraham Avinu alav shalom, his love to Hashem was with no conditions. For Avraham Avinu, not like today. Today, people are close to Hashem because they have everything. But the most important is, are you close to Hashem when you need everything? When you have everything, it's easy to be close to Hashem. You have money, you have a house, you have everything. It's easy. But what about if you have nothing? You have a problem, and you pray, doesn't make there is no answer. Well, maybe you will lose your emunah on Hashem. So it's easy. It's an easy emunah. When you have everything, you believe. When you have nothing, you don't believe. It's easy. Avraham Avinu alav shalom, he was the man of emunah. When he has everything, he believed in Hashem. Even more. When he had problems, he believed more on Hashem. Like now, they took his wife. He can fight to have his wife, and he can win. He didn't do it. He said, Hashem told me to come to Egypt, so he has to take care of me. He has to take care of Sarah. Hashem, he told me to go to Gerar, to the king of Pelishtim, so Hashem should take care, not me. Hashem, he had, Abraham, he had emunah on Hashem at 100%. Not 99%, 100%. But when it came to help other people, he was the one to do it for, like today, the parasha of today. After the Brit Milah, he wanted to help people, to give them food. Like today there is war. Not all soldiers eat the food that they give them. So Baruch Hashem, we send them food. Like tomorrow, please God, we're going to send to a few bases, military bases, chalot and food. Baruch Hashem, there is a lot of people who help. Avraham Avinu, he was an old man. He just had a Brit Milah. He's 100-year-old. And he was looking for people to give them food. But think about yourself. Have a rest. You just had an operation. No. You think about other people. What about, it's too hot outside. Maybe there is people that are thirsty. Maybe there is people that they are hungry. They want to eat. That was Abraham. When it comes to himself, he didn't care about himself. Because himself is Hashem. He left everything on the hand of Hashem. Hashem, he promised him children, didn't give him. Well, this is the choice of Hashem. He's the one to decide. What I loved about this parasha is the pasuk, Ve'ela bakaratz Abraham. Avraham Avinu. He was running after a cow. I mean, it's incredible. Avraham Avinu. He can't he was a billionaire. He was a big rich man. He had a lot of sheep. But Abraham, he was running because he saw one nice one for the, for the guest, and he was rats. He was running after him. Incredible. An old man running, and he catched it, and he gave it to Ishmael to prepare it. He wanted to. The Rashi said He wanted to educate Ishmael to be a tzaddik, to receive well the guest. How was with Ishmael? 13-year-old. Just had a Brit Milah. I mean, 13-year-old just has a Brit Milah. It's painful. After 3 days, it's painful. But for Avraham Avinu, he wanted to educate his child to do chesed. Even that it's difficult, you have to do chesed. There is people that when they are not well, they think, well, I'm not well, I'm not obligated to do chesed. Yes, you can do chesed. Look, Abraham. Look, Avraham Avinu. He was running after 3 days of the preparation, Brit Milah. He was running to take the cow for the guest and educate his son that he was suffering as well. I mean, Avraham Avinu, when it came for himself, he cancelled himself. But when it came for other people, he cared about them. Today, people, they care about themselves. They don't, well, others, I don't care. My friend, we've been through Corona. We were alone. Now here in Israel, still, we are at war. And it's not an easy war, it's a very bad war. But we have Emunah on Hashem. We believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. There was a lady in Montreal, in Canada. She told me that when during the pandemic of Corona, for 6 months she didn't go out from her house with her husband. She was an old lady. So I told her, so how did you miss your children? Did you miss your family? She said, no, Rabbi, my house was full of tzaddikim. Corona, pandemic, which tzaddikim? I believed her, I thought. She said, well, I had a big table for Pesach and for 26 rabbis. Wow, madame, rabbis on Pesach, how you did? She said, each plate I put there the name of a tzaddik. This is the plate of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. This is the plate of Rabbi Elazar. This is the plate of Rabbi Akiba. This is the plate of Rabbi Chaim Pinto. And this is the plate of Rabbi Meir Alanes. So I started laughing. I said, okay, I understand you. So she said, Rabbi, I was not alone. For 6 months, they've been with me. What emunah. From where that woman has this such big emunah like that? From Avraham Avinu, from Yitzhak, from Yaakov. Look, my friend, and I would like to finish. When Yaakov Avinu, he lost Yosef, and for 32 years he did not see Yosef. And after 32 years, he came to Egypt to see Yosef. And when they meet together, Yosef ran to his father, he kissed, he gave a hug to his father, and he started crying. But Yaakov didn't cry. What Yaakov was doing? Shema Israel. Why Shema Israel? Why Shema Israel? This is not the time for Shema Israel. This is the time to enjoy yourself, to enjoy your son. Yaakov Avinu, he wanted to teach his children, look, my love is Hashem. Yosef is my son, but I love Hashem more than Yosef. I don't want to feel a minute disconnected from Hashem. I don't want to be disconnected from Hashem for 1 minute. By kissing Yosef, I will disconnect myself from Hashem. I don't want. Incredible. Okay. Look the parasha of this week. When Yitzhak asked his father, Papa, I see the wood, I see the knife, I see the fire, who is the lamb? I mean, I understand you want to do a sacrifice, who is the lamb? And Avraham Avinu told him, the lamb, it's you. Hashem choose you. And what the Torah said? Vayilchu sheneim yachdav. Avraham Avinu and Yitzhak Avinu, they went together. Yitzhak accepted. He didn't ask questions. He did not ask a question. Incredible. It's amazing. Ask a question. This is the way how Abraham loved Hashem. When Hashem, it tested him, when it came to himself, Abraham was cancelled. That's the way teach Yitzhak to be like him. When it comes, I would like to ask you a question. What about if Hashem would ask Abraham, sacrifice me Eliezer, or sacrifice me somebody else? I think maybe Abraham will say to Hashem, I don't know, it's not my, how can I sacrifice somebody else? But when he asked him, when he told him, sacrifice me your son, Avraham Avinu didn't ask a question. He took his son. Why didn't he ask his son if he would accept? Because Abraham knows that Yitzhak will accept. Because that's the way Abraham he gives the education to Yitzhak. He gives education to love Hashem. וילכו שניהם יחדיו, אחדות, יחדיו, together. יחדיו, together. Like one. עם ישראל should be one. יחיד, יחדיו, יחיד, like one. Two, that they are one. Like a man and a woman that they are married, they become one. This is the parasha of this week. For this parasha we learn how much Avraham Avinu loved Hashem and how much Hashem loved Abraham. All the concern of Abraham, all the concern of Hashem about Abraham, only Abraham. It's like Hashem created the word for Abraham, like the Gemara said, Be'Baram. That means Abraham, all the time, Abraham. Everything that Hashem has in mind, Abraham. Why Abraham? Because Abraham, all his concern is Hashem. So my friend, if our concern is always Hashem, so Hashem, his concern is us. So it's up to us. Well, I would like to wish you bracha ve'atzlacha, and briut ve'at Hashem, and Hashem bless you.